I didn't learn to code because I was some kind of genius. I learned because I was tired, so incredibly tired. I was tired of feeling stuck in a dead-end job, tired of constantly worrying about money, and honestly, tired of scrolling through social media, watching other people live the life that I desperately wanted. Back then, I had absolutely no idea that learning to code would be the one thing that changed my entire world. There was this very specific moment, I remember it clearly, when it just hit me. This sudden, cold realization that no one was coming to save me. There was no secret lottery ticket, no long-lost rich uncle, no magic opportunity that was just going to fall into my lap. If I wanted a better life, a different life, I was going to have to build it myself, brick by brick. So, that night, I sat down, opened my old, slow laptop, and typed my very first line of code into a tutorial. I think it was something like print hello, world. I didn't understand what it meant. I didn't get the syntax. I felt completely out of my depth. After hours of frustration, a button would finally click and actually do what it was supposed to do. A simple mobile app I was building would load without immediately crashing. An entire project, something I'd mapped out on a piece of paper, would start to look and function like a real thing. Those little wins, they were everything. They were like finding a tiny bit of water in a desert. They became my fuel. Each one was proof that I wasn't entirely stupid, that I was making progress, even if it was microscopic. I started collecting these small wins like trophies, and they're what kept me going through the long nights and the frustrating debugging sessions. And then, slowly, almost without me noticing at first, something fundamental shifted inside of me. The voice in my head that constantly screamed, "I can't do this, I'm not smart enough," started to get quieter. It was replaced by a different voice, a calmer, more determined one that said, "Okay, I don't know how to do this yet, but I'll figure it out." That change in internal dialogue was the real turning point. I started building more complex projects, not just for tutorials, but for myself. Things I was actually interested in, a website for a friend's small business, a personal blog, a simple game. I started sharing my work online, just putting it out there. And people started noticing, a comment here, a message there. "Hey, how did you build this?" Or "This is really cool." Suddenly, these skills I was struggling to learn in isolation started to feel valuable. Opportunities that I never, ever would have imagined for myself started to appear. A local startup needed some help with their website. A designer needed a developer to bring their mock-ups to life. The world started to open up in a way I hadn't thought was possible. My confidence grew not because I'd magically become a genius, but because I had proven to myself, over and over, that I could figure things out. I was so proud of that first payment. It was the first money I had ever earned with my brain, with a skill I had taught myself from scratch. That small job gave me the confidence to take on a bigger one. And then a bigger one after that. Eventually, it led to a full-time role as a developer. The salary for that first tech job was more than any other job had ever paid me in my entire life. It was life-altering, but it was so much more than just the number on the paycheck. Coding didn't just increase my income, it fundamentally expanded my belief in what was possible for me. The ceiling on my life had been lifted, so, looking back, learning to code didn't just change my career path. It changed me. It rebuilt my confidence from the ground up. It rewired my mindset from one of scarcity and hopelessness to one of abundance and possibility. It completely transformed my future. If you're out there right now, learning to code, and you're in that phase where it feels impossible, where every error message feels like a personal attack, I need you to hear this. Remember what you're really doing. You're not just learning a new programming language. You're not just learning a technical skill. You are actively rewriting your life story. Every frustrating hour you spend debugging, every new concept you finally grasp, you're laying the foundation for a new you. So please, keep going. Don't give up. Your future self is already looking back at this moment, and they are so incredibly thankful that you didn't quit. Thanks for watching. Keep building.